After a few repetitions, Dr. David took the stethoscope out of his ears and wrapped it around his neck. I believed Bea when she said she felt better. I mean, she's been sick enough that she really understands her body. At least that's what other doctors have said, including Dr. David. But after he finished listening to her lungs, he had almost the same expression as the nurse. Dr. David looked at me. "And how are you, Reed?" "Fine." I kept my answer short. I knew he was stalling. Dr. David noticed my foot anxiously tapping the floor. He sighed. "Fair enough. So what? Am I getting discharged today?" Beatrice impatiently asked. "Your labs show that the infection hasn't fully gone away. And when I was listening to you, I heard a lot of congestion rumbling." "But I feel fine," Bea tried to argue. But then she coughed and it sounded wet, and we all knew it didn't help her case. "I'm going to schedule a respiratory therapist to come do more chest PT," Dr. David said. "I also want another x-ray of your lungs." Beatrice pulled the blanket over her head, and Dr. David recognized that was his cue to leave. I was disappointed, just like my sister, but there was nothing I could do. We'd been through the routine so many times that I understood that truth. "Yo-Yo?" That was Bea's nickname for me. "Can you give me your laptop, please?" Her tiny voice barely made it out from under the blanket. "Sure." I reached into my backpack to grab the computer, but all my crap inside was a mess and everything came spilling out, knocking over an empty can of Diet Dr. Pepper that was next to my feet. In hindsight, I should have picked up everything immediately, but I felt bad for Bea and I was focused on giving her the one thing I knew would distract her. So I left all my notebooks and homework on the floor, grabbed Beatrice's favorite unicorn pillow, and got her set up. Her fingers immediately went to work. "What are you doing on there?" I asked. "Checking the respiratory therapy schedule. Yesterday I was waiting all day." "Bea, you can't hack the hospital." Now I was sounding more like the parent. "I don't think you mean can't, because you know I could if I wanted to. But I don't need to. The other day I saw Dr. David type in his password on the nurse's laptop. That's still hacking and it's illegal. Not to mention you're only 10 and shouldn't know anything about that." Bea ignored me. Honestly, I don't know what else I expected her to do. I mean, she spends most of her life in a hospital, and there's only so much basic cable and Disney movies a kid can handle. So last year, I let her start playing around on my computer. And then one day we watched a show about the dark web and hackers. After that, she was obsessed with becoming the best white hat, whatever that means. See? I told you." Beatrice pointed at the screen. "They scheduled me for the afternoon, which really means evening." "Well, now you know and don't have to wait." "No way, I'm going to change it. The sooner the mucus is gone, the sooner I can go home." I was going to argue with Bea that there were other factors that determined when she'd be discharged. But I caught sight of the clock on the wall and confirmed the time with my phone. I was going to be late. "Crap, I gotta go," I said as I shoved my notebooks and stuff back into my backpack. "Are you okay to be alone until Mom gets here?" Beatrice nodded, refusing to break concentration on the laptop. I didn't like the idea of her doing shady stuff on the internet without some kind of supervision. So, to distract her until our mom arrived, I ripped out a page from one of my notebooks and threw it onto her bed. "Here," I said, "read my history paper. You can fact-check me before I turn it in tomorrow." Beatrice finally glanced away from the screen to the essay, the only 10-year-old whose concentration could be stolen by homework. She frowned. "World War II didn't end in 1948? She always fell for the mistakes. "Now you have something to keep you busy that won't have the police busting into your hospital room." I kissed her forehead. "I love you." Then I raced toward the door. "Love you too, Yo-Yo." Sadly, I knew my way through the hospital hallways, which came in handy when I was rushing to get out. Like, I knew by the north side elevators there's a vending machine stocked with Diet Dr. Pepper. So I headed that way and grabbed a fresh can for my morning caffeine.